I don't think it's too far-fetched that the Georgia Bulldogs have a very, very nervous selection Sunday when the playoff rolls around. Now, right now, Georgia is tied with Bama and Ole Miss in the country at minus 2,000 to make the playoff. Those are the best odds to get in. And in terms of a yes or no, you could take Georgia to miss the playoff at plus 1,100. Now, those odds, obviously, they give you a lot of confidence because I think a two-loss Georgia team, 10-2, they'll be totally fine. But man, going 9-3 is not out of the realm of possibility for Georgia. They have to play this game against a Texas team who seems like they might be finding their stride this week, and then they still have to play Georgia Tech, who will likely be treating that game like a do-or-die situation. Georgia's been whistling by the graveyard in a lot of these games. They have not been dominating people. It's very hard to look at a game against a solid team and be like, I have no problem that Georgia can win this game by 2 scores. You just can't do that. Because they should have lost to Tennessee. If the Vols had made that field goal, they did drop the game to Bama. The Auburn game spiraled out of control with a bit of a ref show, but they still won that game in a close one. They almost lost to Florida. The Ole Miss game was close. Like, a lot of those are good teams, granted, but Georgia is barely winning a lot of these games. So let's say they can't get much going against this Texas defense this week, and Arch finds a stride against a weaker secondary. Then all of a sudden you got 2 losses, and you have to go to Atlanta and play a neutral site game against Georgia Tech, who is, in my opinion, should be a playoff team, assuming they're able to win their games. And that's a rivalry game, too. Like, there's no reason to me that if Georgia goes 9-3 to be overly shocked. I think Georgia's a really good team, but because of how it's spread out all the talent is, there's a lot of other really good teams, too. So, if you ask me to pick right now, I would say Georgia does make the playoff, but we can't get too comfortable with this notion of writing Georgia in, because they still have 2 really hard games left. And if they go 9-3, I do believe there's a part of the committee that wants that G in the playoff. But with 3 losses, it gets way harder given the amount of other quality teams that are going to have good resumes. So I wouldn't pencil in Georgia for a playoff spot just yet.